Coronau podcast, motivational podcast. Today I have a very special guest. I seen this guy grind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For a long time now, mastering his craft, putting his stuff together.
Yes,
you know what I mean? Jdouble.
What's good?
What's up, Jdouble?
What's up?
What's up, family? You know what I mean? I know you had a little show yesterday. How did that go? How was your show yesterday?
That shit was fire, man. The homeboys, Problem Childs, Tay B, and Fonzie Wallin. Yeah, I put that shit together, man. Had my homegirl Parrish Walker up there too.
Woo!
That's my family, man. We had this one song, "Running Around."
Oh man,
my favorite song right now, man.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So just, you know what I mean, just to get to the beginning, man, I want obviously people to get to know you, get to know the artist, Jdouble.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Where are you from originally?
Originally,
Yeah.
I say I'm from the IE.
Okay.
I was born in Pomona, you know what I'm saying? Moved out to the IE around 2008, and then started living life.
So that's where you represent. That's what you repping.
Grew up. I represent myself and God.
That's hey, beautiful question, beautiful answer, man.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? But what got you into rapping, man? What got you into music?
In all honesty, I feel like that shit was just bred inside of me. My grandpa, he was in this group called the Stars of Bethlehem.
Oh wow.
Right? So hearing him sing at church and everything really inspired me. And then on top of that, my grandparents were heavy on Maine, knowing how to play the piano.
Oh wow.
And dude, I would be sitting down next to his room and everything. He'd be recording, like, imagine a whole bunch of niggas just live, grown niggas though, like around teenage 20s, early 20s and shit. They grinding, they hustling. Nigga, I want to say I'm like 4 or 5 years old.
Oh wow.
Watching that nigga, and then I'm 7 years old wanting to do this shit. I'm like, yo, can I come inside? He's like, nah. They like, no, nigga, move. You feel me? But shit all worked out because he finally put me in there. He put me and my brother in there, and my cousin. We started this little group. They didn't want to do that shit.
Oh
shit. But at the end of the day, I was like, I do, nigga. And so I learned how to write, learned how to do all that, man, and it all came to fruition. I'm still going. I ain't gonna stop.
Hell yeah, man. I heard a lot of your music, man. I think you're very, very super talented.
Thank
you know what I
you.
mean? I think you have a very bright future ahead of you.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
Appreciate
So most definitely keep doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? This is a motivational podcast. We're trying to motivate the next upcoming artists. You know what I mean?
Nice.
So most definitely with your story, a lot of people are going to get motivated today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when did you make your first song?
First song?
Yeah, when did you make your first song?
My
Something you're like,
very-
you know what I mean?
Like my very first solo song?
Yeah.
Oh, solo. Shit, solo dolo. Professionally?
Yeah.
All right, professionally, I was probably about like, I want to say about, shoot, that is a while ago. I'll say professionally, I'll start off with about like 16, like
Okay.
actual studio
Wow.
song, yeah.
And what
16.
inspired you to actually be like, you know what, I'm gonna make this particular song?
Man, I had a whole bunch of shit. That song is called Low Blow.
Okay.
Yeah, man. A whole bunch of shit was happening where I was losing my homies. Like, they not losing them, like, you know, passing away, but just losing them. Like, one nigga would go this way, another one would go that way. And I'd be like, damn, man, I miss my dogs, man. Like,
Yeah.
this shit's going crazy. And then started hanging out with different dudes. They was on some different shit, tried to set niggas up and shit. So I was
Oh,
like,
wow.
you know, I'm gonna make a little diss song real quick, you niggas, man. But it wasn't really a diss song. It was just like, hey, yo, this is how I'm feeling right now. And if the shoe fits and you mad, nigga, put the shoe on.
That's true. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you find people like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you have to stay away from those people, man. Those type of people that
Facts.
bring you down. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, what hip hop album did you grow up listening to, man?
The Carter 3
Ah!
and Reasonable Doubt.
You know what I mean? Shout out to Lil Wayne, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
that's a dope album,
The Carter
dog.
3 is my favorite of all time.
And how did that inspire you? What did you take from that album? You know what I mean?
Shoot,
Personally.
I learned how to use metaphors to the T, bro. Like, you listen to Mr. Carter with him and Jay-Z, and I'm just like, damn, these niggas fucking amazing. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sitting there like, wow, I can do that. You feel me? Like I can do that. Like I want to do that shit, so I'm gonna do it. And yeah, I got better with the pen and everything, and then from there I would have like, you know, little debates and everything with people about Lil Wayne. Like, is the Carter 2 his best album or is it the Carter 3? I'm always go with the Carter 3. That's just because that's just me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's, you
The
know,
Carter 2
it's
though,
my area. The
super
Carter 2
hard,
is
super hard.
one of the hardest motherfucking albums of all time.
I
You
listened
feel
to
me?
that hundreds of
You
times.
feel me? Like Hustler Music, Best Rapper Alive, all that shit. Like that nigga was going.
I had that shit on
That nigga
rotation.
was going. Definitely a motivational person like that. He inspires so many fucking people, especially me. Like, yeah.
Yeah, Lil
For
Wayne's
real,
been
for
out
real.
for a minute, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, Cash Money Days, man. He's
Hot boys. You feel me?
minute, man. CMB, all that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Juvenile. Oh, man, forget about it, man. Me and my homies, too, we're big fans of CMB. I mean, shout out to my boy Looney Tunes. Shout out to Johnny. You know what I'm saying? We grew up listening to them dudes, man, so I could definitely relate.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So, what are your plans for the future, man? What do you have planned for the future?
I don't know. I
You know what I
just
mean?
know what I'm gonna do right now. Right now, I'm gonna just hustle,
Yeah.
get the shit, and make sure that at the end of the day, I'm straight and my peoples is straight.
Hell yeah,
If I
man.
knew if I knew what was gonna happen in the future, I wouldn't be rapping. That's straight up.
Oh, that's
Feel
most
me?
definitely, man. And you just told me, man, you just dropped a single, right? You just dropped something.
Yes, sir.
What's the
I
name of the
just dropped,
single and where
Different.
people can find it?
Different. You can find that on any streaming platform. You can find that on Spotify, Apple, Tidal. Just type in Jdouble space C, and then it should pop up. You feel me?
Hell yeah. Let people know all your social media, where they can find you on Instagram, TikTok, all that, man.
Big bet. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and on Twitter, Jdouble_C. That is Jdouble_C.
That's what's up, man. And now another question I have to ask you, man. A lot of people have different ways of writing music. Yeah. I mean, what is your approach when you write music? How do you go
My
about writing
approach?
music? Yeah.
It could be. It's really off of feeling and emotion. You feel me?
Mhm.
Like anything that I've ever written down, it was because I felt it at that moment and I've been through it. So I'm either talking about my past and introducing it to the present, and it's something that everybody can relate to,
Mhm.
or it's just something that I relate to. And you feel me? When I get down and I sit down and just like write, it's simply just Jdouble is about to just pour out his life. You feel me?
Exactly.
I'm giving my all to that pen and that pad at that moment.
Did your writing change over the years?
Yeah, it did. Because at first I was just talking about shit that happened, like, oh, this happened, that happened, and all that, and then we'll just add like little metaphors here and there and everything. That's what I did in my first project, Issues. I was talking about the downfall of family and like my upbringing a little bit, like how my parents' divorce kind of affected
wow.
me and shit, how different family members were stepping away, we weren't seeing them a lot and shit, and I was just letting them know, like, nigga, I got issues, you feel me?
How
Like,
did you deal with
all
that?
had that.
With
How'd
the
I deal with
divorce,
that?
as far as your, because a lot of people go through that, man. Even myself, I lost my dad when I was very young, man.
Sorry about that.
You know what I mean? Thank you so much. I appreciate that, man. But how did you deal with your parents splitting up? A lot of people, you know what I mean, sometimes go through different stuff like that.
Man, I was
You personally, how'd you deal with that, man?
I was fucked up. I was a teenager, man.
Yeah,
I was like
man.
15 years old, so it was like damn, my heroes are like on a downfall, and seeing that shit kind of like it made me not believe in love no more. You feel me?
Yeah.
And then you start messing with different people, and shit comes to an end when you start noticing that you can do better. You feel me? So my mom though, my mom and dad, they didn't let that affect their relationships with us. You feel me? Me and my brother. They were just like they were still always there, always went to the basketball games, all that shit.
Yeah.
If I'm at home, nigga, like I really dove into school too, because I knew that made my mom happy.
Yeah.
And like it would put a smile on her face.
That's
You
dope.
feel me? So I really dove back into making sure that my grades is straight. I didn't want nobody thinking I was stupid or nothing like that. So I just did what I did. But I also got to a lot of fights too.
Oh,
And
man.
it was just some petty shit, you know what I'm saying? Like,
So you had some anger built up because of that.
Hell yeah. I don't know what kid wouldn't, in all honesty.
Yeah, 100%.
It's like shit's going down at home, it's gonna reflect outside too.
Yeah, most definitely, dog.
You feel me? But I want to shout out to my parents because they like they friends, like they strong as fuck now, like they stronger than ever been I've ever seen.
And they cool now.
Cool to this day.
That's what's up, man. You know what I mean? I feel like that foundation is very important. Facts. You know what I mean? And I feel like that made you the man that you are today, man.
Oh, facts, man. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Most definitely, dog. Let me ask you this question now. You know what I mean? You say you have your next album coming up. What's the title of your next album?
I ain't got a man.
Oh, so what you want to put together?
So I'm working critiquing, you know what I'm saying? It's going to take a minute, you know what I'm saying? I'm a perfectionist, you know what I'm saying? But that one has a name. It's called Signs.
Okay.
Now Signs, that's it's just going into my journey of how I am today. You feel me? The downfalls and the upbringing. You feel me? Like, I'm here, motherfuckers. Like, you ain't gonna stop shit. Like, I know how to do this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, you can get me in the room with anybody, put on the beat. I'm gonna take my time and I'm gonna write my shit. And at the end of the day, you're gonna love that shit. You
100%.
feel me? You feel me? Like the day that Jdouble called me up, he was like, "Yo, we at the studio right now." I'm like,
shout out to Jdouble.
Yeah, shout out to Jdouble, man. He was all like, "Yeah, man, we at the studio." You know what I'm saying? Like, come through us. Let's do this. I'm like, all right, bet. I was doing DoorDash and shit, so I was like, all right, let's stop this. Let me go to the studio real quick. Got to the studio. Maine sent me the beat. I went to the back room, started writing the shit, and then next thing I know, like, nigga, I'm closing shoot. Like, that shit was amazing.
That shit was amazing. I heard that. Yeah. I heard that. That shit was hard as fuck. You know what I mean? I waited a long time to send you the right track.
I ain't never wrote a beat like, I never wrote to a beat like that. So it was amazing.
So would you say that was one of the songs you wrote the fastest, or what was the song that just came to you?
Fastest?
Yeah, like you just like, you know what?
Shit, the fastest would probably be the one I just wrote recently. That one's called Live. I performed that exclusively at the performance last night.
And you felt that one. That was the one you like.
Oh man, dog! I woke up, went outside, rolled a blunt, and started going. It was done in like 30 minutes. I can write a song that's less than 30 minutes, but it ain't gonna be the same as that one. Like, that shit, I was like, I'm in my fucking bag. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm talking about?
Where do you think that comes from? Sometimes that comes from just, you know, people don't understand the process of writing music and where it comes from. Sometimes I feel like it just comes from the heavens, dog. I don't know.
And I think that you really got to be one with yourself and one with your higher power. Whatever you believe in, you feel me? Whatever y'all believe in it. You feel me? But me personally, I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. So I'm in one with that. Like, I really got into reading the Bible and everything, like, recently, like,
yeah,
trying to get a stronger connection. And with that stronger connection, I noticed that a whole bunch of stuff started popping up. More people started following me. More people started saying, man, yo, your music is dope, like, all that shit. Like, I've been waiting for that, but, like, I already knew that.
Exactly.
And not to sound cocky, but you got to believe that the shit is dope as a motherfucker. Like, you got to believe that your shit is that one.
Exactly.
You are that dude. You feel me? And that's how I always go about life now.
Yeah,
with anything, nigga, it could be reading. It could be popcorn reading in class. Like, oh, Juwan read. I bet I'm about to be the best reader in this motherfucker. Like, you feel me?
That's real. That's
it's
real,
not even
though.
A competition thing. It's just who I am now.
You know what I mean? And I feel like that's very important. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to look within yourself. You know what I'm saying, to bring the best out of yourself. Right. Sometimes we look for other people to tell us that, you know what I'm saying, that we good. But in reality, we have to look within ourselves to know that we good, and we going to put something out that's, you know, meaningful, you know what I'm saying? And that's very, very important, man. And let me ask you another question. As far as your social media, you know what I mean, are you the one that answers all the DMs, or do you have a team?
Everything. I answer everything. I'm building a team, but I answer everything at the moment. Yeah,
so people get in contact with you, you're going to be the one answering all that. You know what I mean?
I got to go in my request, so if you're in my request and I ain't see it, man, my bad. Shit. I'll go in that motherfucker today.
Oh, that's real talk, man. You know what I'm saying? So let me ask you, what legacy do you want to leave when you're done with this? What do you want to leave the people with? You know what I'm saying? When, say, one day you stop, you know what? I left enough behind. what do you want your legacy to be?
If I could have a connection with at least one person out there, you feel me? It don't have to be anywhere close to me. It can be, but as long as I leave that one mark on somebody, and they're like
that's deep.
He's inspirational. I fuck with him, and he left his mark. You feel me? He didn't go unnoticed at all.
You know what I mean?
He went through all the odds. He went in on his shit, and he went full throttle. He didn't give up.
That's deep, man. That's very important. I feel like a lot of people sometimes in the middle of their journey, you know what I mean, maybe they might not get the results as they want, you know what I mean, but it's very important just to keep going, keep striving to be the best, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's super important. I mean, I see that in you, man. I see that you're going to be very successful, man, in this music thing, you know what I mean? Everything takes time. It's a marathon, like Nipsey said, you know what I'm saying? And it just takes time, man. And another thing I wanted to ask you, man, you know what I mean, RP, and how do you call that? The dude,
Rock?
Yeah, P&B Rock, man. Unfortunately, you know what I mean, he got shot out here in LA. You know what I'm saying? What advice do you give to upcoming artists or even artists, you know what I mean, that are moving kind of not right? You know, I know he was showing a lot of his he was flashy and all that. You know what I mean? What advice, man, do you give people that you have to move smart, man?
In all honesty, I don't know what advice to give them. Just that right there, move smart. I'm not affiliated with nobody, you feel me?
Yes.
I'm affiliated with myself and my peoples. My peoples, as far as I know, ain't affiliated with people like that.
Exactly.
Like gang culture or street culture. We know it, we lived it, and we embraced it. You feel me? We embraced it, and now we know street smarts don't go out like this.
Yeah.
You feel me? Don't go out with a pack and, some cash on you, because if motherfuckers see that, you gonna get got.
Yeah.
Always keep your head on the swivel, you feel me? I'm one of the dudes that's like, I'm quiet and I keep to myself. Still a cool motherfucker, and I'll say what's up. I'll party, have a good time with you and all that. But as far as flaunting my shit, I don't do that.
That's real, man.
I don't do that, cause
you learn from all this shit that's going on.
Man, like,
all these rap, man. What the fuck is going
nigga,
on?
I've been jacked before my damn self.
Oh yeah, that happened to me once too, man.
And then it's like give up your shit or face the consequences. And I'm not giving up my shit.
And that happened recently?
No. It was like as a kid, nigga.
Yeah.
You feel me? Walking home from Haru Valley by my fucking self.
Wow.
Shit. Niggas tried to jack, but I dipped. So
yeah.
Later on,
thank God, man.
Later on, it might be been a couple of fights at school, but that's about it. It ain't never got to the point where a motherfucker will pull a gun out on me and shoot me. You feel me?
Yeah, man.
Now getting shot at, that's different. If you just in the middle of something getting shot at, nigga, dip, run, zigzag, jump. But I just say, man, stay protected.
100%, man.
And not stay protected like always keep a strap. Like stay protected. Know your whereabouts. You feel me?
Yeah.
You know where the fuck you are. And
just be smart about
you feel
shit.
Me? But it's also like P&B Rock's death, like that shit was sad as fuck to me.
Super sad.
My homie called me. He's a big fan. Tay shout out. He was like, yo, like P&B just got shot. He said he's in critical condition. I'm driving to work. As soon as we hung up, I was like, damn, man, again? Like another fucking rapper getting shot again in LA? Damn, nigga.
Where does that come from, though? Like, why do people have to do that? Like, where the fuck do you hate yourself that much that you have to, or do you envy?
I don't even think it's,
you know what I mean?
I don't even think they hate, man. It's just survival of the fittest. So I ain't gonna sit here and be like, I understand those niggas, but I ain't gonna sit here and judge them either, because they did what they did. At the end of the day, what you gonna do? Hey, motherfucker, you wasn't supposed to do that. What am I supposed to do?
That's
what
real.
am I supposed to do? If I ain't got no bread, if I can't feed my kids, if I can't feed myself, what am I supposed to do?
That's real.
What you gonna do for me?
That's real.
And that's why helping others, to me, is more important than, hey, get out of this lifestyle. Just talking, you feel me? Talking is one thing. You can inspire somebody by talking, but how do you show that to them? How do you say, hey, man, we gonna do this together? You feel me? You ain't gotta do all this shit. Like, come on. You feel me? Like Young Thug when in Lil Baby's new documentary.
I haven't seen it. I haven't peeped it.
Nigga, he gave that nigga a mill. He said he gave him a mill and said, "Here."
Oh yeah, I heard
go
about.
home.
Yeah, I seen that.
Go the fuck home.
Yeah.
You don't need to be in the streets no more. Like that, nigga. You showing him.
That's
way.
a real big homie, by the way. That's a real big homie.
For real.
That's true.
For real. Like you don't have to do this shit no more. Like how do you show that? That's the example of how you tell somebody, don't do this, and then you go about it. Like, don't do that. And then you showing somebody a whole different layout of what they can be doing and how much more money that they'll be making. You feeding. You're not keeping it for yourself. Other motherfuckers that get on social media and be like, I got this, I got that, I got all the above, and fuck you niggas. It's war. Yeah. Motherfuckers take that as a threat. They like, oh, word, fuck me? Nah, nigga, fuck you, and I'm gonna get you when I catch you slipping. And that shit, it's sad. That's just the way that shit happens.
Yeah,
you
man.
Can't control it. And you can't judge it either, in my opinion, because only God can judge me, bro. That's how I look.
That's true.
You feel me? That's why I make the type of music I make. That's why I say what the fuck I say, and that's why I do what the fuck I want to do. Only he gonna judge me. If he say it's wrong and he shows me, I'm gonna stop doing it. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that how important is mindset? Because that comes from your mindset. You know what I mean? Not everybody has the same mindset as you do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where do you think that comes from as far as your mindset? You know what I mean? How important is, you know what I mean, a person's mindset to go forward? You know what I mean?
I would say that's my mama right there, man. She always taught me to keep an open mind. Don't judge don't judge nobody because of what they don't have or what they do have. Judge them off of their character and what the fuck they do to you. You feel me? If you ain't did shit to me, I ain't mad at you. But if you coming at me wrong, we gonna have a problem.
100%.
You feel me?
Yeah.
My mom is very open-minded. You feel me? She don't care about different shit that other people like necessarily would be like, oh yeah, I hate that nigga because of that. She like, you ain't do shit to me.
Yeah.
The fuck I'm gonna be mad about?
Exactly. You know what I mean? Shout out to Jdouble mom, man.
Mama,
you know what I mean?
Shimmer Hair Salon. If you want to get your hair done and you want to look glowed up, go to Shimmer Hair Salon.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna put the
Put
the address.
I ain't gonna put the address. Just follow the Instagram and then DM, and then maybe you can get a hair appointment. You feel me?
There you go, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to his moms, man.
Yes,
his
sir.
pops as well. You know what I'm saying? They raised a good young man.
Yeah.
A good young man that has
and my baby brother, man.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yo, no cap though. Like when I tell you that God put that dude in my life for a reason, he doesn't stay mad at shit. Me, I'm the hothead of the family.
Okay. Shit.
Like of that family that we have. You 100%. Feel me? So if I'm the hothead, you also gonna need some motherfuckers to cool you down. He's definitely the one to cool me. That's Khalid. That's Khalid _ Like that nigga he's the shit.
So he has your back,
man.
100%.
My baby brother.
Yeah.
That nigga is that nigga. Just needless to say, he is the coolest motherfucker anybody on this earth will ever meet.
And I feel like you always need that. You need somebody to back you up. You need somebody to lift you up. You know what I mean? You could do so much on your own. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like this is very important to have, you know, like you said you're building a team around you. You know what I mean? And it's very important to build that team. You know what I mean? So the team that you're building, what are you putting together? Are you getting a manager? Are you managing? You have a manager and all that?
Nah, I ain't got a manager yet. I manage myself.
Okay.
If you want to manage me, go ahead, man. Let's see if you can keep up. Hopefully you can.
Yeah, because you work, man. I see you working. I see you moving.
I like to be on my own accord. You feel me? Not like I'm going to take my time because I ain't got no time to waste right now.
Exactly.
You feel me? So I'm really pushing and shit. Like, it's go time. So if you want go time, come through. If you want to just be somebody that's just around, I'll give you something to do. You feel me? If not, fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm still grinding out here, man.
Exactly, man. And I seen your music video that you just you dropped. I think one of your homies.
Change.
Yeah, man. That shit was dope, man. I peeped that.
Get, man.
How was that experience, man? Tell people how was that experience? Was that your first video, by the way?
That was my first solo video, yeah.
Okay, how was that experience?
I'll tell you how the whole thing came about with me and him though first. Like, man, my homie Jordan Tarati, shout out Tarati. Tarati was like, yo, I'm gonna go out to this brunch, meet some cool ass people, you feel me?
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. And he said, oh, and there's this dude who's gonna do our music video. His name is Stacho Get. And I'm like, okay, cool name, you know?
Yeah.
So we get there and shit, sit down, watching the homie do his thing, he performing and stuff. Shout out Dylan Carbone. And I see this dude, tatted, he got a sleeve and shit, come sit down. He like, bro, what mimosa are you on? I'm like, this is my third. He's like, bet, I'm gonna catch up with you right now. He start like, without me noticing it, I was on my fifth one. He caught up. He had 4.
Oh shit.
And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wait. You feel me? Go ahead, do your shit. This nigga chug that shit. And then we started talking more and more and more. He was like, wait, talking about you're Jdouble. I'm like, yeah, you Stacho Get? Yeah. All right, bet. Let's do this music video. You feel me? That shit. 9 o'clock. Dope ass song, dope ass video.
Yes,
and we all, and man, that story, say that for another time. But motherfucking man, we had to really, we had to use our minds very fast. Luckily, we had Stacho Get and Sorority because they were like, let's do this shit. What location we gonna do? We were supposed to go all the way out to West Covina.
Wow.
I drove all the way out there, got the call that the other dude had canceled on us, and I was like, fuck. All right, where I'm going.
Which shit happens. It happens.
Shit
Shit
happens,
happens.
man. Yeah, shit happens. But the way that it happened, I don't like it. You feel me? That's yeah. But you don't cancel an hour before you about to work.
Exactly.
You feel me? You do that shit anywhere else, you getting fired.
Yeah.
You feel me? You do that shit in the streets, you get into a fight. You fight.
You fight more. That's true.
So I was mad, but dude, situation, I understand it. You did what you did. Cool. We still straight to this day. You feel me? But we did that shoot 9 o'clock so damn good, and within 2 days, like we went into like this tunnel, cold as a motherfucker.
Damn.
Did so many damn takes, and then the next day we went to Norwalk, and we shot in this nice ass crib. You feel me? It was perfect vibe and everything, and the shit just came together so good. I was like, I want to do another one, but solo.
Yeah.
So I asked him, I'm like, yo, man, I got this song, and this song is like changing my direction. First I had Issues. Issues was just talking about how my downfall came. Well, I wouldn't call it downfall. I'm not gonna call it downfall. I'm gonna say how my learning experience came through. You feel me? And how that shit like is making me feel right now.
Exactly.
And then next thing I know, 2020 happens. People losing more people.
Yeah.
My auntie lost her husband. God rest his soul.
Yeah.
You feel me? That shit sucks. And I'm seeing all that. We're all seeing this shit happen to us. Everybody losing everybody. You feel me? You start to see real relationships go down in the fucking quarantine.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I was just like, damn. And then you had
start hitting home.
Yeah, and then you have these presidents going at it. Who gonna be what? Who gonna be in office? Who gonna do this shit? So I was like, man, I'm tired of this shit. This shit needs to change.
Yeah.
Actually, let me take that other one back. I wrote Change within what was it? I wrote the first verse in 5 minutes.
Wow.
And I wrote the second verse.
That's when you know you feel it. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
no, I wrote the second verse in 2. So that's 7 minutes.
Wow.
The hook, I didn't write it down. I was just thinking about it every fucking day until I went to the studio.
And then you just...
And that came out. It came out into fruition. And then, like, the song was so damn dope, I needed a video. I was like, yo, let's do this. So I linked up with him, and, like, he was just, he man, Stacho Get, shout out again, because that nigga is creative. He creative as a motherfucker, man. He was like, yo, do this, and I want the branches to look like this, and then I want this to look like that. I'm like,
I like that shit.
I'm like, bet. I'm with whatever you tell me to do right now, I'm in. Let's get it.
Real.
You have a vision, I have a vision. Let's see if we can put that shit together. And it went beyond what I thought it was gonna be.
That's dope, man. That's really dope. You know what I mean? I feel like that's very important, you know what I mean, to have a vision, to have a set vision on what you want to do, you know what I mean? And to have those type of people around you, creative people, is very important because they elevate your craft, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And let me ask you this question real quick. I think it's very important for people to know. I mean, what part did social media play in your music and stuff like that? How important is social media now? Because now you don't even need to get signed
Man,
to become, you know what I mean? Like back in the day, like what part do you think, how important is that now to build somebody's legacy in their music?
It's social media is the way to go. You look at comedians, yeah, you can be funny, all that shit. They do their shit. Shout out to all comedians that be doing all that shit.
I was thinking about
it takes
that too.
It takes a lot to critique and edit all of that shit. You feel me? As a rapper, as an artist, shit is hard to get other people to like and share your shit. You feel me? That's why I like Coi Leray. Like, bro, she like when she says that she's a trendsetter. That's facts. You feel me?
Real.
Lil Baby with his like the fact that he knows how to. Well, he's just being himself.
Yeah.
He knows how to set the right captions, wear the right fucking clothes. Like, you just have to know how to be up to date with now.
Yeah.
Don't be no dinosaur. For real. You got to learn how to expand your mind. I know people that in like when the early 2000 songs came, big fans. I'm a big fan of the early 2000s.
I love the early,
you feel me? And 90s. You feel me?
Yeah.
I love all that shit. I also love what's now. You feel me? I'm young, but
how old are you? So people that don't know how old you are.
I'm 24.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
24 young.
Yeah.
Man.
Kobe, yeah.
Oh,
stay that way.
That's real talk. That's real talk.
Hell yeah. It's crazy because when I was a kid, everybody was like, "Oh yeah, I can't wait to be 25. I get to do all this shit." I was like, "I want to be 24," and that was when Kobe was number 8.
Oh shit!
So I was like, when he did that shit, I was smiling my ass off. You feel me?
Yeah, that's.
And then
real.
once he won a championship with that number, I was like, "Bet."
Oh shit!
It was destined.
No, most definitely, man.
Yeah,
Sometimes
R.I.P. Kobe, man. That's
man,
that nigga is inspiration. That man is inspiration. That idol, that god, like that. Hey man, he's a basketball god.
And he stayed with the Lakers all his career. He didn't want to switch it up. He didn't want to do nothing. He was like, I'm gonna take this team.
Shout out to that. He wanted to leave.
Did he want it to leave?
Yeah, he wanted to leave. He was about to go to the Bulls. You ain't see that?
No.
Yeah, he was going to go to the Bulls. Bro.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he said.
Shit.
He said that him and Vanessa was looking for houses in Chicago, and Shaq was like, "For real." Yeah, no. Shout out to Dr. Bus, R.I.P. He wanted Kobe to stay. He stayed. You feel me?
And you know why though? He spoke about this. I seen it in an interview that the reason that he wanted not to leave, but the reason why he didn't pass the ball to his teammates is because he was actually in the gym on a constant basis, working, and his teammates were, just slacking off. It's like, why am I gonna pass the ball to you?
Yeah, he had an idol that he looked up to, which was Michael Jordan. So
and he
said in another interview he wasn't gonna leave the league until he had 7. He always wanted to surpass him. They could have won the shit. Come on now. You saw that shit in the early 2000s. Them niggas was balling.
Crazy.
Shaq, Kobe, all that. Like, that shit was crazy.
NBA back then was crazy.
That's the best legacy I ever know. Okay?
100%.
I grew up watching that legacy.
Yeah.
None of these other teams, I don't know. Yeah.
Me?
Not saying that because I'm just from California. It's because the Lakers
it's the truth. It's
the
a
Lakers
fact.
Are the Lakers.
Numbers don't lie.
Whether they losing or not, LA is lit.
Yeah, numbers don't lie.
Cali is lit. Now the Clippers are a different story. I don't know.
They had a good team with, they had an all right team, but the Lakers is the pinnacle of Cali, LA.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like Kobe, he set the standard for motherfuckers really trying to do they shit. You know what I mean? I feel like it's
for real.
You know what I mean? They craft. Let me ask you a question real quick. For the next upcoming artist, the next upcoming, MC, somebody that really wants to do this, what advice do you give them? You know what I mean? From somebody that's trying to come up. What advice can you give the upcoming artist?
Keep going. Don't stop because somebody wants you to, and don't stop because you in your own mind. Just keep going. Keep going, bro. There was many times where I was sitting down.
Has that happened to you where you were in
I had writer's block like a motherfucker for like a cool year, and I was like, I'm kind of done with this shit. I'll go on to something else. And then I hear a fucking album, and I'm like, that one beat was dope. Let me see if I can write to that shit. I'll write to that shit, or I'll just put the fucking instrumental on and then start thinking about different ideas, different cadences, different fucking flows that, I could use.
Yes.
You feel me? Not the other artists, I could use.
That particular beat, yep.
Yeah. And then, like, I just, I keep going. And then, Maine is a motherfucker, man. Shout
out to Maine, man. Hey, Maine, I'm gonna come see you soon, man.
Shout out to Maine, man. that nigga, he will tell me that ain't it, and I'll be like, all right, and go back. That ain't it. Shit. All right, come back. All right, that's cool. Now let's see what you can really do. You feel me?
And I've heard some shit in main studio when you were actually working there in Pomona.
Yes, sir.
Man.
That nigga helped me find my sound for sure. For sure. He was like, you sound boring. I was like, damn. My own family said I sound boring.
He'll
I don't
level
want
you
that
up.
shit. He leveled me up for sure.
Yeah, man.
He leveled me up for sure. He's
Man,
like, you
shout out
need to
to
stop
Maine,
playing,
man.
man. Keep going. You feel me?
That's real, man. I feel like that's very important, you know what I'm saying, for us to, you know what I mean, really believe in ourselves.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people will bring you down. You're gonna see a lot of people try to bring you down.
Many people bring you down. You gotta brush that shit off. That's what I learned now. I used to be the rowdy motherfucker. Like, what, bitch? Like, nah, not anymore. Like, I'm like, you mad? Okay. I don't even care to ask why. You mad? Stay mad, man. I'm gonna be over here with it and doing my shit. You can be mad and winning, but it ain't gonna make you happier.
Exactly. You know what I mean? For now, I know you said you dropped that one video. You know what I mean?
I'll drop the single different. You feel me?
And different. You know what I'm saying?
Pass me the juice. I'm sipping.
Oh yeah. Are we gonna see a video for that?
Absolutely. Me and Statue about to get that shit cracking already.
What could we expect for that video?
Expect the unexpected.
That's dope, man.
Yes,
you know what I mean? It's a pleasure to have you, Jdouble. Man. I feel like you're an inspiration.
I really appreciate you.
You know what I mean? For a lot of people, man, coming up, and I seen you work, you know what I'm saying, in the beginning, man, with like I said, with Maine in the studio in Pomona, man, and you putting your craft together and just, you know what I mean, really focusing on how you're gonna put yourself out there, and that's very important for artists to know, man. Just keep going, keep doing your thing. You know what I mean? This is coronau podcast, motivational podcast.
Yes, shout out.
You know what I mean? So now to talk about that, let's take a little back. Yeah, I mean, how were you in high school, man? You know what I mean? How you know what I mean? Yeah, how were you in high school, man? Because people need to know, man. People need to know who Jdouble in the beginning.
Some people would say I was quiet in class, but outside of class, I didn't know how to shut the fuck up. I would either talk shit or just, for the most part, I kept to myself. But when it came down to living life, going to parties, different females.
Oh snap!
Come on now, man.
Yeah.
You say you can't stay away from that, especially as a young black dude, smooth skin. I ain't trying to gas myself up, but that's what they would say. You feel me? So, man, I was out there though. I was out there. I was very talkative. I like to make connections with other people, and that was the dope shit because other people like to make connections too. I went to Jdouble Valley High School, and throughout all my 4 years, shit was cool. You feel me?
Shout out to your high school.
Shout out to Jdouble Valley High School, yes sir. Always my alma mater. You feel me? But when I grew up around like in Eastville. You feel me? So when I would go home, it'd be somebody totally different. Like I get to have no filter at all. You feel me? So in high school, I would bring that shit to school, and Jdouble Valley became a dope ass school after that.
Did people know you for music in high school? Were you actually doing?
Yeah.
Were you doing and pushing it at that time?
Yeah, I would just record on my phone, put the shit on SoundCloud, and be like, here, and it would just be like one go because I didn't know how to record myself.
Yeah.
Man would try to teach me, but I was being a stupid ass kid. You feel me? Like I was like, nah, I ain't trying to do that right now. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel you.
But as the years went by, like I think around like sophomore year is when I started like really diving into trying to learn how to record. Like I would go on YouTube, try to find different.
So you
things
did your homework.
Yeah, I learned what auto-tune, how to use auto-tune. Didn't know how to use it like that, but like I knew exactly how a motherfucking engineer was gonna try to make me sound. And if I want, like I knew how to be like, yeah, I want it like that. And also, man, you feel me? So shout out to him again.
Yeah.
When I tell you he helps me a lot, nigga, that nigga helped me a lot. get to who I am as an artist.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those dudes that will let you know what to work on. Actually, I was in the studio with him not too long ago, and he was like, "Dude, do this like this," or you know what I mean, put more emphasis on the hook, and and he elevated that particular flow. And the one that was is the one I sent you, which was Time. Yeah, he's like, "Dude, do the hook like this," you know what I mean, put it back, you know what I mean. So I was like, all right,
it went together. It all went together. Yeah, as soon as you sent me that, I wrote it that night. It probably took me like an hour.
Killed it. Killed it. You know what I mean? Look out for No Time to Waste. And my boy his single as well. You know what I mean? Again, one more time, man, for people that don't know your social media, where to find your music, your Spotify, your iTunes, all that, can you please let them know? You know what I mean, before we end this?
Yes, sir. Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, all other streaming platforms. Jdouble space C. And Instagram, Jdouble_C. That goes for Twitter and Snapchat and all that shit too.
Spotify too, all that?
Spotify, yeah. Spotify, Jdouble space C. And then, you know what I'm saying, go stream different, you feel me? Because, you know, if you're a different motherfucker and you feel like you're different, go stream that shit, man. Go stream that, man. ASAP, you know what I'm saying? All right, man, we're almost at the end of our podcast, man. And, yeah, I mean, what do you want to leave the people with, man? I really want you to just, you know what I mean, talk about what you you know what I mean, what you really believe in, and where you're going to take this, and just what do you want to leave the people with, man? First off, God is good all the time.
God bless, real talk.
Follow your higher power, listen, take notes, and just keep going. You feel me? Don't live for the future. Live in the present so that you can better your future.
Hey, that's a fact, man. A lot of people are not present. I see a lot of people just, you know what I mean, on their phone, and you know what I'm saying, just not really being here. You know what I mean, the life is beautiful, man. The world is beautiful. You have to be present, and you have to be, you know what I mean, here. You know what I mean? A lot of people are not here, man. You know what I mean? I want to give a big shout out to all my sponsors, man. Coronau Podcast, you know what I mean? Coronau Clothing, you know what I'm saying? And my boy Jdouble for coming through and saying
Thank
his
you for having me, man.
Man, it's a pleasure, man. Trust me, man. It's inspiration, man. You're giving people a lot of motivation, inspiration to keep going. And I feel like you're going to be a big artist, somebody to, you know what I mean, to be reckoned with. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, shout out to my boy Maine too, man.
Yes, sir, man.
You know what I mean? Samba, everybody, man. Everybody. So, any last words, man?
Man, thank y'all for, you know what I'm saying, fucking with me.
Without a doubt, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a blessing in itself.
Without a doubt.
I really appreciate everybody. Everybody that fuck with me. Everybody that want to support me. You feel me? Because I'm going to support everybody else by just my words and my actions. So
That's real, man. You know what I mean? This guy's a gentleman, man. He's a scholar.
Yes,
you know what I mean? Look out for Jdouble. Motivational podcast, Coronau Podcast, man. We here, baby. Let's get it.